Hi, this is Sergio Miałniczenko with the Brazilian Hour. I would like to invite you to join me every week with the best and most exciting music of Brazil. Every week, right here.
Tune in the Brazilian Hour every Saturday night at 11 on KSJE Farmington.
How do you know what to make of the news? Is it politically inflected? Is it stenography? Is it just plain untrue? On the Media helps you decode the news. We reveal the process behind the story because there's sometimes as much to be learned from the gathering as from the news itself. Please join us.
Saturday mornings at 7 on KSJE Farmington.
You're going to need me.
You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. Support us at 4h.org.
This program is supported by San Juan Health Partners Urology, providing a wide range of personalized services for the whole family, including children. Our caring professionals are dedicated to helping meet your urology health needs with skill, experience, and service you need. For a complete listing of our services and to learn more, visit sanjuanhealthpartners.com or call 505-609-6300. San Juan Health Partners Urology, a division of San Juan Regional Medical Center. 8:33, KSJE. You're listening to the Scott Michlin Morning Program. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. It is Friday, March 15th, and good morning to our viewers who are watching us live this morning on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. We are showing you a picture of the beautiful White Bay Beach in the British Virgin Islands and asking if you're ready for spring break, because it is the last day before spring break for San Juan College and a lot of the schools in the area. I can let you know currently in the British Virgin Islands the temperature is 79 degrees. They're expecting a high today of 82 after a low of 74. Those poor souls in Virgin Islands. But looks like a nice day on the beach. Nice day here as well. We're expecting a mostly sunny day here in San Juan County. 49 for a high in Farmington is our forecast. 28 tonight, warming up a bit tomorrow with a high of 53, 56 by Sunday, and maybe a chance of showers back in the forecast for early next week. Outside right now, it is 28 degrees in Farmington. Winds are out of the east at 4 miles per hour. Again, I'm Scott Michlin. My guest this morning on the radio, we are talking about the Volunteer Incentive Program, and Eli Broady Pavlik is here. He is the director of the Volunteer Incentive Program. Eli, again, thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks again for having me.
Good to have you here to talk about this really inventive program for youth groups that want to raise money to do whatever they want to do with the money. Instead of having a bake sale, as I mentioned, or going door-to-door selling, what have you, this gives them an opportunity to raise dollars and also give back to the community by choosing some type of community service project. And then they're paid for each person they get to work by the hour, about $10 an hour, which is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's right. And we think it's a good deal, too. And so our hope is that people will spread the word and get involved. Right.
And again, as we mentioned in the first part of the program, it's good for groups or individuals. If someone is working on something maybe for school or have an opportunity to go travel to a camp or a training or whatever, they could also maybe take advantage of this.
Yeah, we did groups for a long time, and some people came to us and said, well, what if I want to go to a competition, but I'm just a person, I'm a horseback rider or a gymnast, or I'm a Girl Scout and I want to go to camp or whatever, and we thought, yeah, that makes sense. You ought to be able to fund your adventure as well. So we offer individual projects, and some students have already taken us up on that.
Very good. Now, you're not just handing out blank checks. I know people do have to apply. There's a process here, right, of how to apply and how to maybe sell you on their project.
Yes, you do have to apply, but it is low key.
Okay.
We have a form on our website. All you have to do to apply really is think of what volunteer activity you want to do, decide which day you want to do it, And it's not very much more complicated than that. And if there's an issue with your volunteer activity for some reason, whatever, we'll get in touch with you and hash it out.
Right.
But for the most part, almost every application we get is approved because, you know, people come up with great activities that they want to do. And we also have something on our website where if you want to work with volunteer incentive program, but you're not quite sure, you haven't quite come up with the right activity, we have some resources there on our website where you can look for local volunteer activities or local charities that could use volunteer help just to get the ideas flowing a little bit.
Very good. And again, we're showing the phone number on the screen right now for our viewers who are watching. If you want more information, you can call 505-402-1839. That's 402-1839. Or send an email to info@volunteerincentiveprogram.org. It's all one word, volunteerincentiveprogram.org. And that'll get the ball rolling.
My phone's not lighting up yet,
It's
Scott,
not. It's all going to voicemail. You turned it off probably before you came on the radio. So I
that's
imagine
right.
that's probably why it's not happening.
I hope
I'm going to
that's
hope
it.
that's why it is too. You at least expect George Sharp to call and leave you a funny voicemail.
He does almost every morning.
I bet he does. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. You were telling me too during the break that you have a fundraiser coming up too to raise even more money that you can then, I guess, just home on for a few seconds and then hand it back out.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
the idea.
what's coming up?
We have a fundraiser. We are partnering with the USA Today
Network?
network of newspapers.
Right.
Exactly,
Okay. Of which the Daily Times is a part of that.
Right. And it's called the USA Today A Community Thrives Grant, fundraising competition. It's got a long name like that.
Okay.
And the way it works is we've been given a CrowdRise funding page, which is like GoFundMe if you're familiar with
Right.
that. And we have a month starting on Monday. We'll have a month to raise money on our CrowdRise page, and the goal is to reach $3,000 of fundraising. And if we can reach that minimum goal, we become eligible for a set of large grants that the USA Today newspapers is going to give out. And some of those grants, we're hopeful, because some of those grants are earmarked specifically for programs that exist within USA Today newspaper markets. And as you mentioned, Farmington is one of those.
Sure. Good.
And so, starting on Monday, the goal is to get $3,000 raised on our funding page. All of that money will be used by our program to fund youth organizations.
Right.
And at the end, maybe we could get a $10,000, a $15,000 or $25,000 grant from USA Today newspapers.
Wow. That sounds great.
Yeah, that would be quite something.
Yeah.
And, we're not putting our eggs in that basket necessarily, but it's worth a shot.
Sure.
And at the very least, it gives us an opportunity to raise some money locally, which, again, we use 100% of the money that we raise locally to fund student groups.
Exactly. And so just as I mentioned, you hold on to it for maybe a limited amount of time before you give it back out to these organizations, these groups that want to go somewhere or do something.
Yep, that's pretty much how it works.
And that is how it works. And so you're raising money. How long is that window open, I guess, for this contest? Is it a contest?
It's 4 weeks, and it is a contest.
Okay.
So there are like weekly prize. There are a bunch of organizations throughout the United States.
Big competition, I bet. Yeah.
Right, that are participating. And so there are some weekly prizes like most donations this week, or highest number of individuals donating this week, or whatever.
Right.
And also month-long competitions where, the highest donation totals will receive additional grants. But then there are some other grants. So like, we wouldn't necessarily have to be the highest raising organization to be eligible to receive some pretty cool grants.
Okay.
But
just that minimum gets you to the next level. Is that what
Right.
you're saying, that 3,000?
Right. But I mean, if we really did take off or raise
Sure.
a lot of money, that would also put us in position for some grants. So we're really hoping to raise awareness about our program, raise some money about our program, and see what happens.
I think that's great. And again, I know a lot of people that like to give when they know their money can do the most good. And so if they know that by giving their $100, $50, $10, $5, that it's going to help you get to that goal and maybe get you to earn or collect more dollars, people are more willing to do that usually, I think.
Yeah, and I think you're right that people like to give when they know their money's being used well. And something we like to say about the volunteer incentive program is that the money that we get impacts the community not once but twice. It first catalyzes community service on the part of our youth, and so that's benefiting organizations like the Salvation Army and Echo Food Bank and Child Haven and the Animal Shelter, you name it.
Right.
And then the money benefits the community a second time when we fund student activities by sending sports teams to Albuquerque, by sending orchestras to band, orchestra competitions, whatever the case is. Your money is hitting the community. You're getting a double return there.
Very true. That's very true. And again, we are showing some of the pictures of some of the projects that the Volunteer Incentive Program has done over the years, or had youth groups do over the years, in order to get money from the group. So it's kind of a two-pronged system. You've got the community service part where groups can apply or individuals can apply and either come up with their own community service project, or you'll help them figure out what they could do to raise the money that they're looking to raise. And then you have the other side, which is the community donation side, which is then adults can help support the program by giving you dollars and help support the work that you are doing, so you can hand it back out for these youth groups.
Yeah, that's right.
And stop having to buy candy bars or whatever else that kids are trying to, or had been trying to sell to do the same thing and get a few pennies off of the price of that candy bar.
Yeah. Right, and I know a lot of parents. My parents, when I was growing up, I would bring fundraisers home. It seemed like every week from my classes, from my art class, from my soccer team, whatever it was, and yeah, it gets a little taxing. I didn't have, as a 10-year-old, a sprawling network of wealthy people that wanted to buy all of the candles that I was selling.
Right.
And so
There's only so many lawns you can mow or driveways you can shovel.
So I started I was asking my uncle over and over and over, and people don't have money for that. People don't, especially for things that they don't really need, and especially if the money that they want to support your team, but half of that money is going to some company elsewhere in the country that has nothing to do with the team that you're trying to support. And so the Volunteer Incentive Program hopes to sort of cut out some of that fat in the system and make the entire experience of fundraising for youth organizations a little more meaningful, a little more community-centric, a little more efficient financially, and just make the whole thing a better experience for everyone involved.
Right. And as you mentioned before, I think it's a great concept, too, for maybe business owners who want to give back to the community, but they don't necessarily want to keep getting hit up every month, every week by groups coming knocking on their door asking for donations. And if they have it in their budget, perhaps, or want to budget it, they could say, we're going to spend X amount of dollars on youth programs, but we're going to send that X amount of dollars to the VIP program, and then any kid that comes to knocking on our door wanting a donation, we're going to send them over to the VIP program, and that's how they can get our donation, our money funneled through your program.
Yeah, and that helps us as well, because that helps youth organizations know about us. If they go to a business and the business says, go to VIP to get your funding, that just brings more youth organizations into our program that could potentially benefit from it. So yeah, we really encourage businesses to consider Volunteer Incentive Program as part of their giving apparatus, because it's simple, it's kind of a feel-good way to support youth organizations, and you can support, with a donation to the Volunteer Incentive Program, you can support an array of youth organizations, rather than some businesses, with their budgets, they have to pick and choose. They can only support so many groups.
Right,
but
that's right.
When you volunteer, when you donate to VIP, you're supporting the vast array of groups in San Juan County that need your help.
Exactly. Great point. And we're just about out of time this morning. So again, this contest starts on Monday.
It starts on Monday. Look
Okay.
on Facebook, on our website. There'll be information if you're interested in making a donation.
Okay.
Of course, we very greatly would appreciate it. And please visit our Facebook page and our website anyway to learn more about our program and get in touch with us.
I was just going to ask you, you've got social media covered, you've got a Facebook page that folks can go on and check out and
we got it covered.
And like that page and see how you can donate and see some of the success stories of the organization. VolunteerIncentiveProgram.org is the website.
That's right.
And so folks can check that out and then make a donation directly through there or contact you and get more details.
That's right. I hope you do.
All right, very good. Eli, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me, Scott.
You bet. Come back anytime. Appreciate you being here. The Volunteer Incentive Program here in San Juan County. We're talking about it here on KSJE. And back with more in just a moment right here. The time is coming up on 8:46.